Hello everyone, Seraphin here, welcome back for more Pokemon Soul Silver. When I last left you guys, we were kind of rummaging through the national park and beating up all these trainers in the process for some free experience points. I was talking last time toward the end of the episode about, I guess, how I feel about the bulky grass-type starters in the form of Venusaur and Meganium. Certainly in my experience or my observation, they're not necessarily built for direct combat. Is this thing gonna kill me? Yes, it is. Well, that's awesome. I don't remember Acid being that strong of a move. Maybe I don't know what the crap I'm talking about. Anyway, moving on. So, it was always interesting to me that Venusaur suffers from something called... I guess there's not really an official term for it, but it has an issue where it only gets 4 move slots, and that's not enough. It's like 4 move slot syndrome or some nonsense like that, I think is what the competitive people call it. Needless to say, it is not very beneficial that it only learns 4 moves because it has so many different tools that are really good and usable that only having 4 is very limiting and very disappointing. For example, Venusaur learns things like Sleep Powder and Solar Beam and all these other fun things, but it can only learn 4 at a time. Okay, this isn't going to work. We're going to go ahead and switch out for something different. Probably, we'll go Ekans, why not? And it's a very unfortunate because oftentimes all the things you want to be able to do with Venusaur and Meganium, it only leaves room for like 1 attacking move, if that. And unfortunately that 1 attacking move is what you're left with. In Venusaur's case, it's a little worse because he's a dual type in that he's Poison and Grass. Meganium is just Mono Grass. Okay, that's not super effective, but it's still going to hurt probably. So, unfortunately, when you want to load things up like, oh, I don't know, Razor Leaf and Sludge Bomb on Venusaur, but you also want to have Sleep Powder and Toxic and Leech Seed and all these other crazy good moves, it's very limiting. It's the same thing with Meganium, because not only does Meganium learn, like, you know, Poison Powder and Sleep Powder, and it also learns Reflect and Light Screen and Safeguard, and those 3 are all great moves. On top of the fact that you want to have 1 good attacking move. And unfortunately, as good as Body Slam is, it's normal type and not Stab for Meganium, so you want to also have, like, Razor Leaf or something. But you don't have room for both. And it's very disappointing, so I'm not really sure how I'm going to build my Meganium in the long run for the endgame here. I haven't quite made up my mind yet. I'm leaning toward making it tanky and bulky because I think that's going to be more in demand. I'm probably still going to want a good Grass-type stab, although, now that I'm thinking about it, there really isn't anything in the Elite Four that you need a Grass-type stab for. In fact, a lot of things outright resist Grass in the Elite Four. If it's either Poison types or the Dragon types at the end. Honestly, the only thing that Grass would be even remotely good against is Bruno's Onix, and you just use Water for that too if you wanted to. It's just as good. So, ultimately, we might not even need a good Grass move for them. And I'm hard-pressed to think of a good gym where it's useful, too, to be honest with you. Although it is going to be very handy going through the last chunk of the game, like through Victory Road and whatnot, where it's like very mountainous and has a lot of ground and rock-type things. Although, honestly, water works just as well. So, unfortunately, Grass is not a super awesome typing to have for this playthrough of this game. So, not only am I playing something I've never used before, but I'm playing fairly suboptimally if you think about it. Although I do enjoy that. It presents some measure of a challenge, which I'm okay with. It's certainly been challenging up to this point. I'm definitely having to make use of things I never thought I would use, and that's really nice. It is certainly broadening my horizons in certain respects. Would I be better off getting super potions at this point? Yeah, I'll grab a couple. And I'm going to want to have at least 1 revive, probably. 2's a little much. Let's just go with the 1, in case I lose something important. Really wish I hadn't blown that on a Kadabra earlier. Full heals are nice too, but... What am I buying super potions for? I can go to the top floor and buy, like, vending machine drinks, can't I? That's what I normally do in this game. That's no use. I'll do it later. I might do that off screen because it takes forever. I don't want to sit here. I don't want you guys to sit here and watch me buy a bunch of vending machine drinks. Alright, well, there's not much else to do in this area other than the gym. So I think we'll go ahead and get that taken care of. We're going to get Heracross in line here. I want him to at least learn the fighting type move that I know he's going to learn, so we'll get him whatever experience he needs for that. Yes, you recommend I use fighting type. Well, I'm on it. And there's this, the way that they laid out these gyms in the newer remakes here are interesting. They like make little puzzles and stuff, which is certainly preferable to the old school ones where it's just a bland setting that doesn't make any sense. But Victoria, who has a level 9 Sentret. Well, this might not be the training that I was hoping for. I'm hoping she has something a little more tough than that. Especially considering I can destroy it in a single hit. Level 13 Sentret? Hey, I called it. I bet you the last one's level 17. Might even be a Furret. Who knows? I don't remember. Oh, I crit this one too. Alright, what you got for me? Another Sentret. Bet you it's level 17. Nope, 16. I was close. This one I'll just keep horn attacking, I suppose. Oh wow, you actually did some damage. Interesting. Watch, I crit this one to death too. Almost! Very nearly. And I get nearly all my HP back from hitting it too. You gotta love that Shell Bell, I'll tell you what. And here I thought Heracross was a little bulkier than that, but maybe I'm mistaken. I think it has better special defense than it has physical for some reason. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that's the case. It's really strange. It's the way its stats are all over the place, actually. It's got sky-high attack, that much I do know. Which is certainly advantageous, because that's what you want in a good fighting-type Pokemon, is sky-high attack. Now there's another trainer over somewhere. This way, maybe? How is this place even laid out? Like, I don't know. Let's go back around the other way here. This is a little bit confusing. Not remotely. I don't know what you're talking about. Alright, here we go. There's at least 3 trainers you can fight before Whitney. I know that much. Only one that I think you're required to fight, though. Samantha. She has a Meowth. Fun. Gotta love Meowth, except I don't. I actually can't stand Meowth. That'll work. Bite. That is a nice aspect of being part fighting type, is resisting darkness, which is nice. There's not really a whole lot of dark type Pokemon floating around or anything, but it is just nice to have regardless. Yeah, keep going with the bite there, dude. You're doing wonders with that. I just called her dude, I just realized. My apologies if that offends somebody. I call everybody dude. I call my girlfriend dude. She responds in kind, so that's okay. Here we are. Oh, you're using Scratch instead of Bite this time. I suppose actually that's a marked improvement. But it will not be insufficient to defeat me, unfortunately for you. So, those of you who have played the original Gold and Silver know just what we're in for with Whitney. In particular, her strongest Pokemon, and why it is an absolute nightmare. Most notably, back in the day, it was especially so. That being said, I don't think it's going to cause me as much trouble this go-around, simply because I have Heracross here. 50 attack, wow. Still does not learn that stupid fighting-type move that I needed to have. It must be level 19 that it gets it. That's unfortunate, because that means I have to plow through just about everything else in this gym to get there. Well, if that's what you gotta do, I guess that's what you gotta do. So, yep, here's 2 more trainers for me to plow through. I'll probably just run back to the Pokemon Center before fighting her to make sure I'm at full strength, because you don't want to go in partially ready for Whitney. Let's be honest, you just don't. Alright, come on with this garbage. This is why I hate Snubbull so much. It loads Charm, and it's got, for some reason, Intimidate. We're supposed to be like a quote-unquote cute Pokemon, even though it's atrocious looking. But how can it be cute if it's also scary? And it knows Scary Face! Like, come on. I don't understand it at all. I really don't. And then some people are like, oh, it's a Bulldog, it's cute. Like, no, Bulldogs are not cute, people. I'm sorry, they're not. I'm sorry if you're out there and you have a Bulldog and you think it's adorable. They're gross looking. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan. Probably just lost half my subscribers there, but my dog is not a Bulldog. She's a Black Lab and she's adorable. That's a real adorable dog. Although she's very whiny at the same time. I'm surprised she's not being loud right now. Normally when she's not getting proper attention for more than 5 minutes, she's just, you know, constantly begging. I have a very needy and whiny dog. Let's put it that way. Alright, so Horn Attack is just schooling everything in this gym so far, but that's gonna swiftly come to an end here. I have strong and cute Pokemon. Well, that depends on what it is. If it's like Clefairies or something, or Jigglypuff... Yeah, Jigglypuff, give me a break. Nothing strong about Jigglypuff, sorry folks. It does have a boatload of HP, but that's about it. It's not good at anything else. It's good. I guess it's decent team support when it knows the right moves, like Helping Hand and all that fun jazz, but that only makes a difference in double battles, and we're not doing that. Alright, I might be able to get the experience I need from beating all these Jigglypuffs. I guess we'll have to wait and see. They're certainly going down without too much effort. Again, because they have garbage stats, except for their HP, which apparently is not enough. As somebody who's played a lot of Fire Emblem and using fighters with lots of HP and not much else, having HP is nice, but if that's all you got going for you, it's not enough. This should be another one-hit KO unless it's got more defense than the other one. Nope, that one went down too. Well, I guess I don't need to worry about running to the Pokemon Center, because now my health is full from one-shotting all those Jigglypuffs. Alright, in that case, why don't we just go straight in for it? This shouldn't be too difficult, as I say with very little confidence, but what are you going to do? We're going to go ahead and save before this battle, just in case things go pear-shaped. Which they very likely might. It depends on how this... It depends on what this is going to be like, I don't know. So Whitney has, I think, 2 Pokemon. But the first one is inconsequential. The second one, however, is an absolute monster. Pokemon are super cute. Yeah, I'll battle, sure. She is quite good, by the way. I love this gym leader theme. Alright, Whitney, do your worst. She has a Clefairy. Whoop-de-doo. Its best move is Metronome. Yep. So, again, largely inconsequential. Probably not going to be doing a whole heck of a lot. Certainly not with Double Slap. Let's see if Aerial Ace is any better. I mean, it doesn't miss. That's nice. Nope, not quite a kill, but pretty close. There's Metronome. If you pull a Flying type move, I'm gonna rage quit. Heart Swap? What does that even do? Switch stat changes. Well, considering neither of us have any. And of course, she's trying to keep it alive with Super Potions for some arbitrary reason. I might be able to finish it off with one more go around here. Let's see. I am faster than it too, which is nice. Oh, so close. The nice thing about her using the Super Potion on the Clefairy means she won't be using it on her second Pokemon, which is good. That... Are you kidding me? Okay, thank the... Oh, man. I would have been really upset if that had one-hit KO'd me for some reason. Flare Blitz, if you don't know, is an incredibly powerful Fire-type move, but it also does recoil against you. So, okay, if I don't learn that Fighting-type move right now, then we're in trouble. Okay, I got it. Here we go. 19, I get Brick Break. Finally, a real Fighting-type move, and a very good one to boot. So, we're going to go ahead and get rid of Endure, I think. Endure's not really all that useful, so we're going to drop that. Alright, so now we have Fighting-type coverage, which is fantastic. And that should allow me to make mincemeat of this Miltank. Whitney's Miltank. Hey, it's only level 19. They actually downgraded her Miltank from the original, because, I mean, the original was level 20, I'm almost positive. But this thing is a nightmare. So I'm going to explain to you why Whitney's Miltank is a nightmare, unless you get to see it for yourself. We'll just go ahead and see if we can kill it outright. Yeah, no Stomp. Thankfully, I did not flinch in the process. Brick Break should do a decent chunk to it. Oh yeah, look at that. That's good. That'll give me some nice HP back to boot. Nice. Poor me, she says. Yeah, okay. Poor me. You weren't going poor me when you were kicking my butt when I was 12 years old playing this game, and I flinched. Crap. Alright, I'm going to drop a Super Potion, just because I don't want to lose my best Pokemon right now. And really, probably the only one capable of tanking this thing. Bayleaf probably could do a decent job. Keeps using Stomp, yeah. The thing with Miltank, it's a cow. Obviously, it's a cow. You can see that. It's incredibly fast. And I don't understand why it's incredibly fast when it's a giant cow. I guess it isn't all that giant either. It's actually fairly small. Would you stop with that? Okay, the whole flinch trapping thing is a hot pile of garbage. I don't know whose idea that was over at Game Freak to include the idea of if you're faster, your opponent will never get to go. Because they'll just keep stomping or crunching or... Oh, give me a break. Well, if that happens again, we're in trouble. Don't you dare. Okay, good. Here we go. It's dead. Nothing's gonna stop that. Bye-bye. Rip in peace, Miltank. So, here's the reason why that wasn't anywhere near as intimidating as it should have been. Whitney's Miltank, this thing in particular, all we saw it use was Stomp. What else it knows is Milk Drink, which is, like, Recover, which restores half its hit points. I believe it knows Rollout, which is just terrifying. Apparently I'm a meanie. And she won't give you my badge because she's crying that I beat her. Interesting. She always cries when she loses. Well, that's the mark of a not sore loser. The plain badge. How appropriately named. Alright, so what used to be the bane of my existence back as a kid was by far the easiest gym up to this point. Although it certainly helped that I had something tailor-made to destroy it. This thing called the Pokathlon Dome is now open right next to the National Park. You should go try it. That is the thing that we were walking past that was under development. So we might go take a look at that. We'll see. If memory serves, there's not a whole heck of a lot going on there. It's mostly a lot of gimmicky minigame stuff, but my memory has not always been that great as of late, so maybe I'm just wrong. So maybe we'll go take a peek at it. But anyway, that is the third gym down, which is great. That's one less thing to worry about. My mom is calling me for some reason. Probably to tell me that she bought something with my cash again. Yep. I know it will be useful. What if it's not, though? It'd be nice if your mom could give you evolution stones and stuff. I would very much appreciate that. Alright, let's go see what she got me here. Let's pop into the department store. Don't be garbage, please. It's garbage. Babiri berries. So a lot of the berries that you're gonna get from your mom in the mail are ones that reduce super effective damage from a certain type. And those are really nice for Pokemon that have quadruple weaknesses. So, for example, what's very common in, well, what used to be, I don't know if it still is, what used to be common in competitive was having, like, the good Dragon-type Pokemon, like Dragonite, Salamence, Garchomp, that kind of a deal, and give them the berry that cuts the power of a super effective Ice-type move in half, because they're all three of them are quadruple weak to Ice. But having that berry equipped allows you to take a hit that you otherwise might not have been able to, and then retaliate and defeat whatever was hitting you with it. And if you can take out a good counter that knows a good Ice-type move, then you're in a much better situation, certainly. So we're going to drop into the flower shop. They say it dances when you water it. Yes, I have a plain badge. I did defeat Whitney. I'll let you use this squirt bottle. I thought it was a watering can now. Maybe not. Squirt bottle is what it was originally called too, but... Alright, moving on. Let's see how my team's looking here. Heracross doesn't need any experience for a while, I don't think. He's certainly my best Pokemon right now. We can probably be safe with using somebody else. Although, if I'm being honest, this thing that we're about to go deal with is probably going to be a big pain in my butt, so... I think I'll paralyze it with Ekans first. We're going to get up to that weird tree, and then I'm going to go ahead and get to what it actually is in the next episode once we get there. So, that being said, we did take down the third gym, which I'm very happy with. Certainly happy to have that out of the way at any rate. I don't have a Nidoran mail yet. Convenient. I do like Nidoran mail quite a lot. but sadly I've used one already because Nidoking is boss. So why don't I just go ahead and capture this one real quick. Hopefully it doesn't take too much effort to capture. Thankfully it can't poison me. That's always a nice handy bit. I'll just bite it one more time and we'll get this sucker in a Pokeball. Have I caught a female one yet? I don't remember. I have to go poke through my Pokedex and find that out. I'm not exactly on a quest to get every single thing that I possibly can, simply because it doesn't matter all that much. I'm certainly not going to be playing this emulator after I beat it, because, well, what's the point? I can't do any trading or GTSing or anything like that. So actually, I wonder if I can GTS with this thing. I wonder how that would work. Probably wouldn't work at all. I'm sure there's some way to make it happen. I'm familiar with using some Python trickery to get that to work back in the day, but I don't know if it works anymore. Oh, come on with this garbage. I've already got a Drowsy. I don't need that. I actually don't like Drowsy or Hypno at all, so we're not going to bother with that. And it knows Forewarn. Cool. Bye. Don't care. There is something in the grass up here that I would like to get, but we're going to take out the tree first. That way it'll open up the ability to access things that we otherwise haven't been able to access in quite some time. So we'll deal with this weird-ass tree next time. So thank you all for joining me up to this point. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for sticking around while I defeated what was, at one point, the bane of my childhood. And we'll take care of this weird tree in the next episode. So until then, this has been Seraphin. Stay classy, internets.